This is our final preview of round 2, and this is going to be a very interesting playoffs. This has been a very interesting playoffs already, and Tampa and Boston, I didn't expect this to happen. Especially when you see two of the round robin teams and two of the best teams in the league go at each other. Technically the first and second seed, but in the end it was the second and fourth seed that are facing together. In the second round, this has been a very weird format, and Tampa and Boston playing the second round, sure to be amazing. So this was the schedule for the last 2 days of our previews. Yesterday we did the Flyers and the Islanders preview, and then the Golden Knights and the Canucks preview, so if you haven't watched those yet, and you're interested, make sure to watch those. Playlist is in the description below. Today, in the morning for you guys on the West Coast, and for you guys in America and in the East Coast, good afternoon. Tampa Bay and Boston right now, and then later on today at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, we'll do a Week 3 recap on the entire first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's going to be a long video, around 15 minutes long, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be great. And without further ado, here we go, Tampa-Boston. So this is going to be another Sunday matchup, so it's going to be later on today. Game 1 is today in Toronto at 5 p.m. Pacific Time. I know Boston has a better record in the regular season, but they're a lower seed and Tampa gets home advantage. I know that means nothing, but nonetheless. So the Tampa Bay Lightning, 43-21-6, 92 points, 2-1-0 in the round robin, defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets in 5 games. They scored 20 goals and allowed 20 goals in the playoffs so far. It's interesting that these two teams have the worst differential. In fact, the Bruins allowed more goals than they scored. That's mostly because of their failures in the round robin. So the points leaders, Braden Point, 10 points, 5 goals, Kucherov 9 points, and then it really just, there's nothing in the middle of 10 and 9, there's no like 8, 7, 6, 5, no, and it just goes all the way down to 4 points, Tyler Johnson with 4 points, and Yanni Gourde and Alex Killorn with 4 points. The goaltender Andrei Vasilevsky, 6-2, 1.98, 927 save percentage. He's been very good for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he'll probably continue to be. Tampa Bay's power play has dropped significantly. It's down to 13.3%. They struggled mightily against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Penalty kill, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. Penalty kill, 87.1%. Season series went to Tampa 3-1, and the score was 13-10. And the Bruins on the other side, 44-14-12, 100 points. President's Trophy winner right there. 0-3-0 in the round robin, and defeated the Carolina Hurricanes in 5 games. Which to me was very surprising, because I thought the Bruins were kind of done for after the round robin, but they really proved to me that the round robin kind of meant nothing. Because we saw the Dallas Stars move on, we saw the Bruins move on, the Lightning move on, the Capitals lost, which I actually didn't predict, which is interesting. I believe I am 7 for 16 in my predictions so far, including the play-in tournament and the round 1. So, a little tough on my predictions there. And the Bruins scored 19 goals and allowed 20, which is interesting. They're the only team with a negative differential, and they're in the second round. You just have to know that the round robin was really tough for the Bruins, and they only scored 4 goals in the round robin. Points leaders David Krejci, 9 points. Brad Marchand, 7 points. Patrice Bergeron with 6 points. McAvoy and Pasternak each have 4 points. Pasternak was injured in most of that first round, and he'll probably be back at some point in round 2. Goaltenders, Tuukka Rask has opted out of the playoffs, so he won't be playing in the second round, or for the rest of the playoffs actually. Rask was 1-3, 2.57, 904 save percentage. But the starter here is going to be Lack, 3-1, 2.29, 912 save percentage. He's adapted pretty well with the Bruins so far, and he's a good goaltender. The Bruins power play 17.9%. That was up from 0% after the round robin, so it's a great improvement. We know how lethal the Bruins power play can be, and they have shown that against the Carolina Hurricanes. And the penalty kill 85.7%. Season series, as I said, went to Tampa 3-1. Now this is going to be a very close series, I would say, as well. I think the Lightning and the Bruins played two different style of teams in Columbus and Carolina. Who had it easier? I'd say the Bruins had it easier against Carolina. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, I think, despite winning in 5 games, they had some really interesting storylines. A very close series, even though it was only 5 games, especially that 5 overtime game in Game 1 last round. Point scoring wise, I think Boston is more of a balanced approach, and the Lightning have just a big discrepancy, and I know their depth has a few points as well. So offensive-wise, I think I'll give a slight edge to Boston, actually, with their big line. If Pastrnak comes back, that would be a big help for them. I don't know, did he actually come back in Game 6? No, Game 5? I don't really remember. But nonetheless, if he's back, that's a much big improvement for their offense. Goaltender-wise, I'll give the edge to Vasilevsky. He played very well in tough situations in Columbus, keeping them in the game when they're down, and just having great performances night in and night out. Halak has done very well as well. He's 3-0 so far. The only loss he sustained was in the round robin, so he's technically 3-0 in round 1. So that's very good for them. Big thing here is stifling the Boston power play. And Tampa has done good on the penalty kill, but again, Boston's a different beast than Columbus. Not to say that Columbus was bad in any way. Columbus was really good, but the Boston Bruins just have a lethal power play, and if you're not careful, it might be a little difficult for the Lightning to get out of this alive. That said, I know this might ooze a little bit of bias here, but I'm going to predict, as a Canucks fan, I know this might ooze a little bit of bias out, and you might be a little bit interested in my prediction, and of course I am going to bet against the Bruins here. I'm going to go with Tampa in 7. Tampa in 7 is what I'm going to say. This is going to be a very, very fun series, I would say. It's not a series I would watch necessarily, so don't expect many notes from me and from this series. The next series I'm very interested in. These are not the two teams I cheer for at all. I do like Tampa more than Boston, obviously, as a Canucks fan. But I'm going to say Tampa because I think Vasilevsky, and I think the solid penalty kill, and also the points leader, Point Kucherov, I think they've done very well. If Stamkos would come back, that would be very interesting, but he continues to be out. And the fact that Tampa has gotten this far without Stamkos is a feat in itself, and I think Tampa, I'm going to give them the edge here. Again, just a little bit of a hunch, so a summary of my predictions has been for Dallas and Colorado. I believe I picked Colorado in 6. For Vegas, Vancouver, I picked Vegas in 6. For the Islanders and the Flyers, I picked Flyers in 7. And for Tampa and Boston here, I'll pick Tampa in 7. So 2 7-game series and 2 6-game series. That's usually a theme of my predictions. I don't like to say a team will win in 5. Especially in this round, I think we filter out some of that bad play And I think it's going to be very good hockey from here on out. It's going to be much closer, and it's going to be really fun. Well, enjoy the second round here today. Tampa and Boston at 5 p.m. Pacific time tonight, and Vegas and Vancouver at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time tonight. So enjoy the hockey. We'll see you guys later on today for our round 1 recap. So stay tuned for that, and just enjoy the hockey and stay on your couch, guys. Be safe. And thank you guys for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it. And as always, it's time for us to go. See you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Take care, everyone.